You're tired, aren't you? Tired of thinking, tired of worrying, tired of trying to hold everything together while everything inside you feels like it's falling apart. You wake up with pressure on your chest, you go to sleep with questions in your mind. What if it doesn't work out? What if I make the wrong choice? What if I lose everything? And so you try to control it all, every outcome, every situation, every person. But the more you try, the heavier it gets. Because you were never meant to carry this much. You were never created to hold the weight of the whole world on your shoulders. That's why your soul feels exhausted. That's why your heart feels restless. Because you're holding things that were never yours to hold. Listen closely. This might be the moment your heart has been waiting for. You don't have to control everything. You don't have to figure it all out. You don't have to have all the answers right now. There is a God who sees what you cannot see, who knows what you do not know, who is already working on what's worrying you. But you have to let go. Not halfway, not temporarily, fully. Put everything in God's hands, your fears, your plans, your pain, your future, all of it. Because holding on is not making you stronger, it's making you heavier. And surrender is not weakness, it's trust. You've been trying to fix everything on your own, trying to solve every problem, trying to force every door open, trying to control every outcome. But some things in life cannot be forced. Some doors only open when God opens them. Some answers only come in God's time. And sometimes, the delay you're frustrated about is actually protection. You don't see the full picture. You see today. God sees your entire life. You see the pain. God sees the purpose behind it. You see the waiting. God sees the perfect timing. So why are you trying to take control from the one who already knows the end from the beginning? Pause for a moment. Breathe. Let that question sit in your heart. What are you holding onto right now that you need to release? Is it fear? Fear of failure? Fear of loss? Fear of the unknown? Is it control? Trying to make everything go your way? Trying to predict every outcome? Is it pain? Something that hurt you deeply, something you can't seem to let go of? Whatever it is, give it to God. Not just in words, but in trust. Because it's easy to say, I trust God, but still carry the weight like everything depends on you. Real surrender sounds like this. God, I don't understand, but I trust you. God, I'm scared, but I place it in your hands. God, I can't fix this, so I give it to you. And then, you let go. You stop replaying it in your mind. You stop trying to control every detail. You stop carrying what you've already given to Him. Because if you're still holding it, you haven't truly surrendered it. And that's why your heart feels restless. Because you're asking God to take control while still trying to sit in His seat. Let Him be God. Let Him lead. Let Him guide. Let Him work in ways you cannot see. Even when nothing seems to be changing, God is working. Even when prayers feel unanswered, God is moving. Even when doors remain closed, God is preparing something better. But faith requires patience, and patience requires trust. And trust means you don't rush God's timing, because rushing leads to mistakes, forcing leads to frustration, controlling leads to exhaustion. But trusting brings peace, a deep, quiet peace. The kind of peace that says, I don't know what's going to happen, but I know God is in control. And that changes everything. Because peace doesn't come from having all the answers. Peace comes from knowing the one who does. Right now, you're standing at a choice. Keep holding everything and stay overwhelmed. Or release it and finally breathe again. God is not asking you to figure everything out. He's asking you to trust Him with everything you can't. So take a moment. Right here, right now, in the silence of your heart, give it to Him. That worry you've been carrying all day. That fear that keeps you up at night, that situation you don't know how to fix, place it in God's hands. Imagine it. Let it go. And as you release it, feel the weight begin to lift, slowly, gently, because you were never meant to carry it alone. God is not distant, He is near, closer than your breath, closer than your thoughts, and He cares about every detail of your life. Nothing is too small. Nothing is too broken. Nothing is too complicated for Him. So why hold on? Why keep carrying what God is ready to take? You don't need to have it all together. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be willing to surrender, to trust, to let go. And when you do, something shifts inside you. The anxiety softens, the pressure eases, the fear loses its grip. Not because your problems instantly disappear, but because you finally placed them in the hands of the one who can handle them. And those hands, they don't drop anything. They don't fail. They don't forget. They don't make mistakes. So rest, not in your own understanding, but in God's plan. Rest in His timing. Rest in His wisdom. Rest in His love for you. Because He knows what He's doing. Even when you don't. Even when it doesn't make sense. Even when the path feels uncertain, God is working, and He's working for your good. So today, stop trying to control everything. Stop carrying what's breaking you. Stop holding on to what God is asking you to release. Instead, put everything in God's hands. Not some things, not the easy things, everything. And trust that what you place in His hands is always safer than what you try to hold on your own. Because at the end of the day, peace doesn't come from control. Peace comes from surrender. So put it all in God's hands and trust Him with what you cannot carry.